Hello and welcome back. We are playing Victoria 3 and we are playing as Great Britain, also known as Victoria herself, the namesake of the game. Last episode we were working on expanding the market mostly. We got Spain into the market, so far Spain is kind of the biggest name that we've gotten in the market. But, you know, we're just slow, steady expanding, working on just keeping the infamy below 25 so we can Diplo get people into our market, and then Diplo Puppet, Diplo Protectorate. We're playing the nice little game until we decide we want to turn a corner and, you know, go to 1k infamy. But we cannot do that before we get the achievement. And the achievement we're going for this game, if we click on possible it sorts, we want to get We Are Not Amused, and we have to start as Great Britain, expel French diplomats while having cordial or better relations. We cannot do this if we have 1k infamy. And so we cannot turn that type of corner, but we're starting to get to the point where our economy is such that we could think about playing the 1k infamy game. You know, we have people we want to like annex. We're bankrolling some people. We can probably bankroll a lot more people considering how much Diplo we're floating, but this floating Diplo is also helping to decrease our infamy and keeping us reputable. What we will be doing today for our war, we want a war that gives us quite a bit of infamy because we're at 0.03, and if you're not using your infamy decay, you're losing it. We also want to puppet Portugal, but that's not going to be an expensive war. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some land off of China. We're going to go after Hebei, and the reason why is you have a whole bunch of these, you know, natural resources here, which, okay, that's fair enough, but it has very large arable land, and after that we can go into Hainan and southern Anhui and Jiangxia, and this is kind of a line which has, you know, the highest arable land possible, basically, in China, with the most, I think, being in Jiangxi. And so we might draw this line at some point, but we will just, you know, go after China a little bit here. I believe that we don't have... big sad, we have a truce. When is our truce out? July of next year. So, we will not be taking some dirt off of China, unfortunately. That would have been a really good war for us to have. We do want a war that's going to accrue us like a solid chunk of infamy. Maybe, no, can't go after them. We could just, I mean, we could just puppet Oman. This is 12.1 infamy. We are a little bit concerned about both Russia and Austria collectively joining in. I think we have good relations with Austria, though, if I'm not mistaken. We do. I think we have a trade agreement, and we're belligerent with Russia. And we kind of want to cut Russia down to size at some point. And Ottomans might help us. And we want the Trucal, or this isn't Trucal states. But puppeting Oman was pretty good anyways. They have 3 provinces. For whatever reason, they have this province. We could, so we also want to open the market of Sokoto, but we don't want to do that as like one of our like high infamy wars. Can't go after Chile for whatever reason. Why can't we? Okay, we have a truce, that's fair. Don't want to go after Peru, Bolivia. We could go after Venezuela. Actually, I like puppeting Venezuela here. We might have to fight France and the US, but if this happens, we will just build up our military a whole ton before the war pops, if they both join, and I think we can fight them both pretty comfortably. This will accrue us 14 infamy, basically. And Venezuela also has a good amount of oil. I think this is a fine spot to expand, and so let's go for it. We will mobilize and send our big boy there, and mobilize and send our other big boy there. Just to make sure we have people on the front. We don't mind incurring the costs of mobilization at this point in time. They are going to be minus 75 fearful to start. They do have this gold reserves. The size of our loans is something we maybe want to manipulate in order to make people back down more or less. Just something to keep in mind. It is a consideration of the enemy. Now, as far as our domestic economy is going, we haven't really talked about it too much, so let's come back to this. We are trying to go over 51, level 51 with all of our buildings, so we have maximum throughput bonus. Here in the home countries, we are also encouraging manufacturing, so we get the like absolute mongoloid, huge-ass throughput bonus of 91%. So that means for all of our inputs, we output 91% more goods, which is like just hugely advantageous. It's very, very strong. It allows you to pay more wages, and which attracts more pops. And so just building tall is very, very strong mechanic. And what we are doing is we are trying anything that we're building, we're trying to build it over 51 to maximize the throughput bonus for this reason. So you're just going to see a lot of 51s that are auto expanding. Like this is coming up to 51, and this is kind of the name of the game. So if we are expanding, okay, this is actually pretty good for us. we are really happy about this, actually. But so as far as our local, like, what we're doing is we're looking for places that have a lot of peasants, and then we're just slapping down 51 buildings there. And this is kind of going to be our general approach in terms of our economy for pulling ourselves up and, like, doing it as efficiently as possible, because we're just going to go 0 to maximum throughput bonus, you know, just absolute banger town. Now, we will be able to tear apart the United States here. Now they're only minus 74 fearful, but they're still probably going to back down. But what we can do is we can liberate a bunch of guys if they don't. So we will do liberate New England, liberate New Africa, and then liberate Louisiana. It'll be funny if we take every single coastal city from the United States, right? The manifest nowhere. So I guess we could go for that, and then the war reps on American. And so now we're almost hoping that France joins. Workers of the world untie. Wait. Rev Bhutan, so we can make them happy with us, or we can give... well, I think... So we're going to take a look at our approval. I think we can eat the approval rating. We're going to lose a bonus. We have to pick which bonus we want to lose. We have exactly this bonus and exactly that bonus, and we don't care about the landowner. I think that the trade union bonus is stronger. The workforce ratio. But we are closer to just being able to get it back anyways. So we'll take the malice on the trade unions for now. Farms and factories completed. Hell yeah, brother. Is this... No. That would have been so banger if we got... If we had done it the other way around, it would have been good. Okay, we'll take the loyalists from standard living increases. And on the back of that, we kind of tempted to do this. Only kind of. Alright, let's take a look at where we have... Ooh, we have battalions and reserves, so we are going to do something about that. In Lancashire, we will add more government admins, and we will recruit a general in the North Sea. This guy's pretty good. We'll promote this guy. I think he's in, yeah. So I think that takes care of our reservists. We have flotillas in reserve, so let's see about that. So Italy and Iberia HQs. I think we'll just want to delete those flotillas. And then the England HQ. We'll just want to promote one of those guys. So England and... We're just going to delete the naval bases. So we're looking for Gibraltar, delete. Malta, delete. Okay. Because we're going to be soon enough switching over to ironclads, and we just, we have a large enough navy already. But, let's, do that. That seems pretty good. Good, nice little setup. Politician died. Who done it? Donald Ross has died from the Petite Bourgeoisie. And we have a nihilist. Cool beans. We have a couple nihilists. They all want to join this party, but we ain't letting them in. What we could do here, though, in order to get our absolute banger of a thing back, is we could pass a law that the trade unionists want. That's pretty good for us anyways. Would not hate going to wage subsidies. Wouldn't hate free trade either, which does the opposite of what we're trying to do, but wouldn't hate it. We are going to want to do compulsory primary school at some point soon. when we get it. But for now, we are trying to work our way towards pump jacks, so we're going to go steam donkey. And then we will swap over our PMs. We will, in the conscription centers, to turn off everything. Yeah, just make sure everything's turned off. And then here, we believe we can switch over this one. And then we will swap over all these to dynamite. Or at least these two. These three. Let the game think a little, and then swap over the other two, probably. We do need fertilizers, because one of the problems is a lot of our boom factories are not very profitable because they don't have the fertilizers. But we also don't have enough, like, demand for fertilizer. It's, like, a really big problem. Yeah. We're trying to export it for, like, a while. Just whoever will take the most fertilizer, basically. But it's not very effective. Kind of a reason to switch to free trade to make all that work out a little bit more, a little bit better. You know, and we could subsidize these, but the problem is we're like the boom booms are really expensive, and then, or well, they're not expensive now. They're about to be. I think once we let it tick to Monday, they'll get expensive real fast. Oh, just kidding. They got cheaper. All right, fair enough. You win this time, game. Why don't we turn on PM in one of our clothing factories, though, to use... Oh, we don't even have the elastics PM. We ripped the dream. We were, we built a bunch of rubber, because I thought we had the PM. And then we don't have it. Awkward. Alright, in the rural areas, we will also make sure these are all auto-expanding. We'll swap these over to boom booms as well. Those aren't anywhere near profitable. Is that 534,000? What the hell? Why are we making so much money all of a sudden? What happened? Alright, our revenue just shot up. Did our expenses shoot down? No, our expenses stayed fixed. That shot up. Income taxes flat. Consumption taxes flat. Dividend taxes went down. Tariffs went up a little. Minting went up a little. I don't know why we gained so much. Did this go up? Okay, the national transfer went up by a lot. I believe these guys were happy with us before, but did they just get a whole bunch more money? Oh, we were building government admins, and then we stopped building so many government admins. Okay, whatever. The government admin's finished. Unleash the floodgates. We are making a lot of money now, though, so as we do, we're going to increase construction. We have been... I mean, I haven't done the song and dance in the speech, but we have been pretty consistently just upping construction throughout this game. You know, which is less exciting than just, like, doubling it out of nowhere, but happy that this war pops off. We're gonna clap the United States down quite a few pegs, and we will need to do that to Russia sometime in the near future, I think. Also happy that it's just against the US. Now, who is all it's just that guy's expanding there? So after we kill one of these fronts, we will land the United States capital. I think with the remaining guys. Let's take a look at how our tech spread situation is going. We are currently actively researching Steam Donkey. We are not spreading anything. We are currently tech spreading Telegraph. And we are currently not spreading anything here. So we could try and make a push to get ahead of time on something, which should be probably okay. And we can unlock. So I guess that was actually spreading. I didn't scroll over all the way. Rip the dream. But we'll swap up to photographic art, which I think we will finish this immediately. And we will get... So, This is just going to be in effect for 5 years, but we can get more tech spread for society, except we're not tech spreading anything right now. We could get 4K progress on film, which fair enough, or we could get migration attraction. I think we get the progress on film, but seems maybe that we should have gone the migration attraction. I'm not sure exactly which one's best. Now we are making a ton of money, so I think that we will up wages. So what do we, how much, okay, we only get 67, but we can up this. Really would like to be able to get them, but by upping that, we now get plus the offense and defense modifier, which is a really strong modifier. Mine is all mine. How are you doing on the infra here, my guy? You'll need a bit more. You'll need a bit more. Here we did add a few more things. Guess we'll get the economies of scale throughput bonus down here on the T, and then we'll look to do the other things as well. Gonna expand, or let's check a look at our market and what's going on here. The boom booms aren't fully employed, so we can't blame the boom booms, but we can maybe build more tools. So let's take a look, and again, the way we're doing this is we're going to look where we have the most peasants. That is an incorporated state, and we see that as Lancashire. Lancashire does not currently have a tooling industry, so what we will do is we will 51 it. So it just starts off with a max throughput bonus, and then we will add some rails for them at the front of the queue. And then I think we might want to start switching to labor-saving PMs a little bit more aggressively here, like so water tube boiler. It makes less money, but it's going to make less laborers required, so it's going to lower the price of labor in general. I'm going to go explosive shells here, and this will switch publicly traded, which we want. And yeah, all our PMs are kind of nicely positioned. Now, do we have, so our 75 guy is just all on one front, and so what we will do with our big boy, we're going to land the capital of the United States, the very, very vulnerable capital, and we're going to do it with our big boy. Which this push will be slower as a consequence, but it's really fast anyways. Oh, Netherlands is... I didn't realize they were colonizing here, so we will actually compete with them there. I did not realize. I think... How close are we getting them in the customs union? I guess we could do that. So let's start improving relations with them. And let's check all of our bankrolls. You're still cautious, still cautious, sad, big sad. And then, because we've been a naughty boy in their region a little bit, so that all makes sense. We need Ulster, Yorkshire, Lancashire, Midlands. Ulster. And we'll add another couple in Lancashire, because we just added 51 levels of factory in there. So they'll probably need it in a hot minute. How's that a front? That little eek. Alright, I guess we're chasing around their army. Seems fine. We are losing some of those battles, but we are going to be landing them soon. And we get the hat. We got the hat, everyone. We're winning. I think I did want to... Oh, we're damaging relations. Yeah, so we can puppet them. Got it. The plan is going according to plan. Gonna break up the US pretty nicely here. Are you staying antagonistic? You are. You have poor relations. You view us as a natural enemy. They have a rivalry, which is their fault. And they view us as a threatening neighbor. Really would love to beat up on some of their rivals, but we have a little bit of a problem with that type of narrative, is they're just rivaling us, and they have a trade agreement with, yeah. So Guy lands on the front and then instantly stands by instead of moving to the front, you know, some classic Victoria 3 moves here, but now we've fully occupied their capital. So Washington is just a terrible capital. You just like instant full occupy it as soon as you land it, and it's very hard to defend. Or I mean, it's terrible in PvP. PvE, they don't like abuse you. They like. So wood, it remains something that's really expensive. So what we're gonna do in terms of expanding our queue is we're just gonna lay down a whole bunch of logging camps in several places. And I suppose we should have sorted by peasants and then done that. But that should be enough logging camps. Make everything cheap again. Hopefully. We have one of these small stacks over here. Let's take this guy, or let's take this guy. And have him expand over here. Kind of close out that front faster. Don't think we want to get involved. About to vassalize Venezuela here. Then maybe we chill out so we can go to war with Qing for this Hebei. Hey baby, hey baby, hey. Hey. Try and get these closer to 51 on some of these. We are getting the maximum throughput bonus on the T, which is nice. Don't like that this is splintering into multiple front affair. I do think we will be trying to add multiple guys to the fronts over here. And take advantage of that. Gonna enforce pretty soon here on Venezuela. The reach is expanding quite fast. Britain's start is so strong. So strong. We have so much like money too. Ugh, it's just disgusting. Alright. Well, I mean, puppet Venezuela, hot. We will start damaging relations with them. So we can annex them whenever we want. And people are moving to different fronts. Let's put these guys on this front instead. But yeah, the US should be capitulating relatively soon. Failed protectorate's gonna time out. This is such a weird event for just like make Egypt a subject. It's just, it feels like incongruous and out of place when you're not playing the Ottomans or whatever. That's unfortunate. You got us there, bud. Can expand the gold mines though. I mean, I guess it's just keep expanding construction. I don't know what to say. This should be enough to take us down to like just making... We're trying to be losing money, actually, in terms of the heuristic. Although I guess... I kind of want to be on free trade. Well, we're not getting the bonus from these guys anyways, and we're not really close to the bonus. So maybe now's a good time to swap free trade. And then, when we swap to compulsory primary school, then we will make the trade unionists happy. Free trade's really strong for now. I guess it won't be in kind of the near-ish future. As we start pulling everyone into our market and we become most of the world's market, we will take a little prestige because we have max legitimacy anyways, which we've had for like forever. Free trade, yeah, rural folk don't like the free trade. Now we're losing money. Ayo. How we drew it up. The bonuses are so very strong from the trade unionists. And they're -5, which is a bit annoying. But they were giving the industries, manufacturing industries throughput is like a really, really big modifier. So losing that's not good. I didn't think we were going to lose it based on the math. But I guess we did. The loyalists and stuff are going in the right direction, though. The education level's not. Why don't we build a bunch more unis as well? Which, of course, will make the Intelligentsia even more powerful, but... Yikes, we're about to lose the trade unions from being powerful. That's not ideal. How much infamy do we have? Very, very little. So we will be able to go on the China expedition pretty comfortably. So let's see also where we have the most peasants. So West Country is where we have the most country. Sorry, West Country is where we have the most peasants. We also have some tooling workshops there, so why don't we 51 the tooling workshops? And add some preemptive rails. Try and work on this queue a little bit. Queue is going to become more and more difficult to keep up with. So we wanted them to specialize here, but we weren't sure in what. We're still not sure. I guess we have the most sugar here. So let's just expand the sugar some more. And then we can delete stuff and build sugar if we want. Here, what do you got? Tea is relatively profitable here. We get steam donkeys, and we can turn on, yeah, steam donkeys everywhere. But more importantly, now we can go pump jacks, which I think is a pretty big deal. I think that these will be overall profitable, but they will make overall labor cheaper. Because it is labor saving PM, so even though it's not making a lot of money, it decreases the labor employed. So they're going to have to find other jobs, so it depresses the price of labor, which makes everything more profitable in the aggregate. So it's not a very efficient PM for saving labor at the same time, so seems fine. Industry suffers. However you pronounce this place. I think we will go after this. Go for free trade. Free trade is still going to be nice. Have you... Wow, you're increasingly unhappy with this. That's not what we wanted. But now you're no longer powerful, so this bonus is diminished. Which we're kind of okay with that, but we do want them powerful again soon. I think the story of this run is going to be, or this episode is going to be detonating the US a little bit. Our auto queue should be able to handle a lot right now. But man, oh man, is glass expensive. So what we will do, steel 2. So what we will do is we will take a look and we will select Glassworks. We will go and find a place that has the most peasants. That is not our thing, and we will expand there. Not in there though. Not in West Country because we just added a bunch in West Country. So let's go Ulster. So we're gonna make 51 Ulster, and we're gonna add more rails in Ulster. Because Yorkshire, if I recall correctly, it did have an industry that's not fully expanded yet. Yeah, they have a couple. So we can just 51 their current industries that are here. And set them on auto expand. And add some extra rails. And this is kind of the way to like expand efficiently, is you just make sure you're getting like max throughput on the industries you're putting in. Once you get to the size where you can, like, that's something that's you can reasonably do, which we are at that size, so. Kind of want to be losing money. We could expand the construction. We could also just decrease this. And we liberate New Africa and New England. So we are unmanifesting their destiny. Let's take a little screen here. But this is what we are doing. We are unmanifesting the destiny of the United States. The absolute meme is to get rid of their entire coast. So I guess we could do that. Taking New York is also a pretty big game. But we will immediately start bankrolling the pieces that we ejected here. And look to get them in our customs union over the long term. I don't think we want to just like straight up annex these guys because they're both over 3 provinces. And so we can take it a little bit slow. And we have basically no infamy. So we will go after Hebei now. Hey baby, hey baby, hey. Hey bae, hey bae. Alright. I've had enough of that. Conquer state Hebei. Which will give us 22 infamy. We will have to fight. Are we ready to fight Russia? Let's take a look at the difference. So we have 2,900. And they have 1,700. Combined with Great Qing, quite a bit bigger than us. So we could dramatically expand the military, or we could just not take that fight yet. Let's see, where are we in the Miltex? Well, yeah, we can't turn on stuff. I guess we can turn on some of these. So if we turn this on, we actually don't want to do... We don't want to fight immediately a big war, but we will turn that stuff on. And so we're going to look for a little-ish war. Because we can afford to fight with bad PMs. As long as it's a little-ish war. I believe we will have a bad enough relation with Portugal that we can puppet them. This will give us some infamy. I guess we should have taken a closer look, but none of these are particularly big. These countries can join. Hopefully they don't. And we will look to puppet Portugal here. We unfortunately have to fight Andalusia, which will make our relations negative. If we actually go to war. Or is that, oh, it's a different... Oh, it's Morocco. Well, we will set that up with Morocco. Andalusia abandoned Portugal. Perfect. Love to see it. Now, they are minus 75 fearful, and they're in bankruptcy, and so they're minus 111. So, I actually think we just get this no matter what. Nice little puppet. It is going to make it look nicer when we cut everyone off from the rest of the world. From the Congo. I don't know why I'm mobilizing these guys. There's about a 0% chance this war pops. We're bolstering these guys. Industrialists are doing pretty good, which we are happy to see. You are moderate. Are you like, man, what an absolute banger, dude. This is such a strong modifier. This plus 50 popularity for like nothing. Spain sides with them. I think you should still be fairly fearful, so I don't think this war pops off. Does this eject? No, we're still cordial. Speaking of, let's... Ooh, we got an obligation with Manchuria. Oh, we've had it for forever, but we just can't, because they're cautious. Cautious. Oman's not. You're genial. I can almost get you in. We could give them a obligation, but then we would have a defensive pact with them, so... We're about to get free trade, because I feel lucky. Not like... Oh, okay. Just kidding. I never felt lucky in my life. Don't want to take the bureaucracy hit. We can take this. It's not too big a deal. Also, we don't pass free trade. Not that big a deal. Free trade would be nice. But our pops, like, overall don't like it. I don't know. Kind of ripping the band-aid off a little bit. I think we're supposed to build more construction here. And then let's take a look at what's expensive. I think we need to build more steel. More glass? We have glass in the queue. I don't think we have the steel in the queue. And there's engines too. This guy's getting some engines though, so I think it's steel. So we will look for a place that has a lot of peasants that is in our incorporated territory that we're currently not expanding something in. So I think East Anglia we haven't given any love in a while. And you're kind of close on these. So why don't we 51 these? And also 51 these. Portugal backs down, as they should. So we get to keep our relations with Spain, where they're in our customs union. Don't like that they're antagonistic, though. Maybe they get out of that, but we'll see. But now we have a nice red border around... around the Congo. And we also have a decent amount of infamy, so we can find a different war that doesn't require too much. I think maybe it's time we puppet these guys. You think Austria joins against us? And the kebab? We like our trade routes with Austria, though. Probably can't annex them. Who are we damaging relations with? Venezuela. We're damaging relations with Sweden. Portugal, Transvaal, so we can't do a war on any of those. Could just go after Sintang. Not a very sexy war. Could also just go after Sambasia. 4.2 infamy. That seems like a lot. But we'll just do this war. You know, try and clean up over here a little bit. And yes, we'll mobilize this guy just in case something weird happens and put him on the front. Making some money. We do have some new construction in the queue. Who is starting to play against New Africa? Well... Not sure we know who we want to win this. Probably if either of them offer us anything. Like an obligation. We take it, and then the winning side will be forced into our market pretty easily. Is there anyone we really want to get into our market? I guess Egypt. So let's actually just take a little bit of a dive on Egypt. Go to the Egyptian market. and see what's expensive in their market. We're going to export to them all the things that are expensive, even if it's not something we'd normally want to export, and even if it's not profitable. Clothing, ceramics, or porcelain rather, luxury clothes, glass, could also do coal. I'm not sure this is profitable, it's not. And then we can import from them a variety of things. Fertilizer, probably not, because our fertilizer is actually insanely cheap. But this, maybe? It's not profitable, but we'll do it anyways. Hardwood, probably. Still not profitable. And I guess free trade would be a banger for us. Softwood. Also import softwood. Silk, I guess. It's not profitable. Okay, well, we're done with that. But hopefully you begin to see us in a more favorable light, my friend. Oh, we're not even improving relations. So... and we can't damage relations. Oh, did we want to fight them? We wanted to fight them. All those trades was for nothing. Yeah, because I think we needed to... yeah, we need to clip them down to size. Yeah, because we can't invite them to customs union. Oh well. Well, we're doing a bunch of trade with them anyways. Not a big deal. Not the most efficient trade routes. Let's... tons of rubber appearing. Let's... so West County, home countries, East Anglia, Ulster, Yorkshire. I kind of forgot all of them, so... we need some more anyways. Man, we have so many pops now. Just been steadily gaining off of our immigration. It's mainly the immigration that's doing it too. We don't have a high enough standard of living to really have explosive pop growth. You guys are at war too? Come on. Guess we let them duke it out. Let's just make sure that we have interests everywhere, which we should. Hudson Bay sides with New England. Interesting. Yet we do have interests everywhere. Oh, we've almost cut off this region of the Congo. Sambas backs down, of course. British West Borneo. Let's... I hate how they just build way too many. They overbuild ports. The AI is like not very bright in that regard. I mean, I guess if we wanted to fight Great Qing... I think we could take this puppet... well, we don't want to fight Austria, one of the things. But we also want to get that puppet war down. We also want to annex Venezuela, but we need the... we're so far from that truce being up. I guess we can look in here and like try and like conquer Benin or something like this. And we will face Benin and Sokoto. That'd actually be really nice because then we could open up Sokoto's market if that war pops off. 17.5 infamy for Benin though. That seems like a gratuitous amount. What's even here? I mean, that's a decent amount of mines. It's kind of most of what they have there. I think that it's expensive because there's 1.5 million people there and it's based on the population. So we need to go for something like Dahomey maybe. Might be a little bit better. Dahomey will have less. Still just one state, but this will be significantly less infamy because it's lower population. could take Fudo Toro. Oh, but it's 2 states. Gross. But in order to try and prevent France from doing that, so France won't get access to this inner point, might be going too deep in the paint with that one. So we just gotta look at the population. A lot of these places have relatively high pops. Except Ghana, what the hell? Oh no, that's us. Danish Togo. You don't have much pop. I think it was, yeah, it's just 1 state. It's gonna be 5 infamy. It lets us snake in there later on. And it also prevents someone else from getting them and getting access into the Congo. I think I'm fine with this as a war. Seems like a nice little one. I assume they back down. Didn't see what that said. Probably should have seen what that said. But this will be a nice little big bink. I wish we could make them happier. I mean, we can. We can in a second. We will in a second. After we switch to free trade. What is this? Annex Sulu. Okay, Little Sulu Revolts. Just adding some because I know we're gonna need some anyways. Sulawesi uprising, fantastic. Where's Sulawesi? It was not as fantastic as I thought. Thought it was in the Congo. But this is fine too. We have free trade. Now we're gonna look to pass maybe something that the trade unions like. Just kidding. No. I mean, we could switch to interventionalism. That's not insane. Everyone is fan with census suffrage, and so what would be the difference for us? So we would be, well, we're fairly legitimate on wealth voting, and this does give more clout, political strength from votes. And there's a wealth threshold for voting, so this is keeping the Industrialists a little bit more powerful. But currently the Industrialists are doing alright in terms of power. So we could swap down. The problem is once you swap down, you can't swap back up, you know? And I think that as the standard of living rises, the Industrialists will get sufficiently weakened. Kaffa side with Galdi. I mean, I assume this doesn't pop off for them, so... And can't get to the front. Anyway. Godspeed, you guys. Enjoy your revolutions. Operation Demanifest the Destiny has begun. And I think we should build more construction. We do want to be losing a little bit of money. Just a little bit. And then we will see what's expensive in the market. Wow, silk is real expensive. So what we will do is we'll actually, in the queue, we're gonna 51 silk here. So we're gonna put 10 in front. We're gonna put half of it in front, and then we'll just do this behind. And let's make sure we have 51 available infrastructure. We have nowhere near enough available infrastructure, so we'll just add a bunch of those. A couple of these. We eventually will use all this infrastructure here, so this is fine. Why are you still cautious? Shoot, man. Let's just experiment with absolving this obligation anyways. I don't think this does anything. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Afro-Antillean migration? Was it because of this? You bet your ass it is. Let's check our journal and see what decisions we might have that are special. So we can confederate Canada, because we're not at war yet. God save the Queen. Hudson Bay continues to eat them. And we confederate Australia. God save the Queen. It's all coming together. Is that Russia? No, okay. This is so exciting that we're just cutting everyone else off from the Congo. Who died? Leader of the Anglican Church, who is currently pretty marginalized. Irrelevant. We got a pacifist though. Of course. Well, let's take a look at our economy and what it looks like. We have no investment pool built up. Really gonna enjoy pump jacks, but that might be back into society tech. Is there anything not spreading to us in here? It doesn't look like it. Ooh, wait, identification documents is. We could make a push. Ironclad's not spreading, that's cool. Some of these are not spreading. We could go steal railway cars, I don't hate that. I think we probably want improved fertilizer though. How does this pop off, man? Oh wait, this is our, yeah, okay. This is Native Uprising. We get an obligation from New England, so if they win this war, they will be in our customs union, I suppose. I suppose we could keep bankrolling them? Oh, it looks like they're gonna clap. Stop bankrolling these guys. The revolution's gonna clap them. Clap them down. Let's take a look at our market. Steel is expensive, so are the boom booms. We need improved fertilizer to make the boom booms cheap though. Steel expensive, coal's expensive. If we make the coal cheaper, we will make the steel cheaper. So I think I like just going, where do we have a lot of peasants? And then just maxing out the coal in these places. Which of course will need a lot of railroads. We get a Boganki? I don't know how to pronounce this stuff, man. Uprising. We'll just move these guys over there now that they're done with the other uprising. Fantastic. And we'll add a smattering of railroads all around here because we're going to need them for all the stuff we add in. Added a whole lot of coal, which should make the steel more productive. Although it doesn't make more steel, I guess. If the steel is not fully employed. So let's take a look. Let's go to steel mills. Let's sort by population and find the place that home countries has the most pop that is peasanted. Will also be the most profitable once we finish it. And there we go. Pretty full queue. Yeah, we're getting kind of close, a lot closer to completely cutting everyone out. These guys are going to give up soon. I guess we want to specialize in dyes and collabs, so let's just set that up now. Auto expand that. We will add a couple ports and a railway to facilitate those dies. France, are you still hating us? You do. It's unfortunate. Oh, looks like New England is beating the revolution, but the revolution, we are going to have to start bankrolling this revolution because they are clapping New Africa. So we're going to stop bankrolling New Africa. And we will... Yikes, we have to delete some barracks. And then we finish the pump jacks. I think we go improve fertilizer, or we could go steel railway cars maybe. After a rotary valve engine, we go electrical engine generation and right into capacitors, I think. So I think that because we'll want to go electric railways, like kind of after the capacitors, I think we go steel rail car here, and we'll just get ahead of tech on that. And then that, of course, yikes. Whoops, misclick. See you later, brother. That's not profitable. We will stay off that for now. And we will turn on all of our PMs in the rural area. Namely, the automatic irrigation everywhere will be very, very nice. We will probably need a lot more engines, though. So why don't we turn on, like, a good chunk of it, and then make engines somewhere. So where do we have a lot of... Well, in the home countries, we can 51 it, and they're still not profitable after turning those on. So that signals to me that... you know, if these aren't profitable when these are, they're not, well, their inputs are kind of expensive. I guess we hold off for now. So Sulawesi gets annexed. Let's take a look at our infamy. Do want to start a little bit of a war somewhere. That's somewhat useful, at least. What is this? No. No. Okay, so we're gonna step in on that. And how much pop do you have? Not too much. How about you? Even less. Marana. Oh, we can't fight you. Can we fight you? No, we can't. Can we fight you? No. Why can't... Oh, because we're involved in a play? Alright, well, whatever. But we will try and put an end to them annexing Mossy here, which will refund all of this zone. Unfortunately, we can't put more demands on them, but we would love to, but we can't. So we will do that and a little bit of that. Hopefully that's... I assume they just back down off this. But maybe not, we'll see. We should be able to push through here. We're making quite a bit of money, so... we'll have to expand construction again. I think we nearly doubled construction this episode as well. We are just cranking up. That line is going up. And we can buy some more literacy as well. Getting more throughput bonus, benefiting from Big Ben up in here. Where is our thing? Look at that throughput bonus. 1% from Big Ben. How we drew it up. Get a little gnat spread in here. I think we'll just, you know, plus 10 that. I don't think we're quite ready for the plus 50, but can do the plus 10, I think. And now we're losing some money, which is where we want to be. There's deficit spend in exchange for economic growth. It's kind of where we're at. Don't really need to expand the military, I think. You gonna go for it, bro? Oh, it's a civil war and native uprising, so their side always goes for it too. Well, Dutch is gonna get clapped. But, I guess we just land their cap, right? And just wreck them. We have an election going on. I think we still just have everyone's a radical, so yeah. It's the same shtick over and over and over again. Hopefully human rights gnat spreads to us sometime soon. We might have to go human rights ourselves, though. This should do it. Should be all we need. They actually moved someone in this front? That's kind of wild. I mean, I guess we just lose that front. Yeah, okay. Let's do a quick run through of the guys we are bankrolling. They're all still cautious. Unfortunate. How about you? Are you cautious? No, but we don't have an obligation with you. Why don't we move this guy to this front, because we don't want to lose access around the back. And we can just mobilize this guy and move him to this other front. And this guy too, I guess. I don't know. This is a nice little war to just push them back off of this. And this will be the first lockout here, so worst case scenario, someone gets into here. So we could stop colonizing here, but we'll continue. But what we're really hoping for is this Nama push, so... Well, that's gonna be what puts us in really good shape. Up to 90 million pop. Steady, steady growth. Is not the population growth that is really pushing us up. It is the immigration. This is coming down, this is going up. Yeah, I really want to get this compulsory primary school, so we might go human rights. We were hoping to, after we rotary valve engine, we might go electrical generators, but maybe we just go human rights first. Because the plan was we could go ahead of time for electrical capacitors, which is really good PM, while other people research these other tier 3s and let them NAT spread to us. But I think going human rights makes a lot of sense too. Especially to try and get the trade unionists, like, happy with us again. Something like this. Yeah, we're gonna push in here. How's the landing going? Did it take our guy off the front? What's going on? Not sure what happened there. But they will get full occupied soon here in a sec, and they will be done with this war pretty soon. Shortly after. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. We are bankrolling bankrolling you guys. We're bankrolling you guys. No, we're not bankrolling you, but you're already in the customs union. We're trying to get you into the customs union. We want them to be clapped. Are we close to a protectorate? We're so close to a protectorate. So we will start bankrolling Mexico as well. I think we're trying to protectorate those guys. Oman, we get an obligation, so let's dissolve it, which will take us up to amicable. Still all cautious. I don't think taking some sand off of Great Shing is going to help on that front. Let's see, our infamy is still decaying. So we annex a bunch of territory. Oh, it's not fully closed. So in theory, someone can come in through here. But in practice, it seems unlikely. Let's set these on all auto-expand. And then let's take a look what's expensive in our market. The boom booms. Then the glass. We really need the fertilizer to help with the boom booms. Or we need to export our own fertilizer. Rotary valve engine is a nice PM. Ooh, yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. I guess I expanded the coal a little bit too much. Is kind of probably what that is. Happy with him losing popularity, and no problem with the only party we have gaining. Or do we have new parties? We might have new parties. Nope, the only party we got momentum. Oh no. What if they win the election? So we could go fertilizer. I think fertilizer is how we fix the economy so that we can actually use more of the ferts. I think we want to go human rights though. And we can try and expand quite a bit our fertilizer usage. You know, if we come in here and we just do that, for example, that's going to expand our fertilizer usage. Millet was profitable in one of these, right? Don't really want to go for the millet, so let's see about if we could do grains in one of these places. You have dyes available, you don't. So why don't we go here, get rid of that, and just max out the wheat farms. We'll go 51 with the auto expand to try and increase the price of fertilizer a little bit as well. That should be done here pretty soon. I think we need to worry about these other places as well as far as the railroads goes, because they are working on the things. Do we want an obligation? Well, we could just go for an alliance with them at some point, because I don't mind getting called in against the US. And maybe this brings us closer to protectorating them. I don't think it does, but having this obligation is nice. Now, if we get our power projection up just a little bit, we will be able to protectorate them, so. Alright, so we're not using all of our infrastructure, so we will start the transition onto steel. Oh, we're already on wooden passenger carriages. I don't like that PM. We're on it though, so we'll just switch everything to steel. Okay. Which of course probably makes steel really expensive, but just go into industry. Let's go into steel mines. We're 51ing up. There. Where has the most peasants? West Country. Hey, look, the one party we have in this country won. Who would have thought that that would happen? The one and only. Yeah, I think I'm okay with our decision to go human rights, so we could change that. Yeah, it's all mine. Now the reason we're losing a lot of money, I think, is because we are having problems with this. We're gonna need those eventually. I don't know. Just putting those in the queue, I guess, to do it. Oh, okay, no, they got enforced on, right? Wait, what is this? Oh, we're supporting, okay. That's unfortunate, because now we can't start a war. Hopefully we get this done quick. And then we can start a nice little war. But I think I'm going to call it an episode here. The name of the game of this episode was Unmanifesting the Destiny of the United States. Kind of something we did. We've also, like, I think very near doubled construction. And so we're popping off as well. You know, this is cranking up. We might decide to turn a quarter and go bad boy. And just decide to, like, start puppeting huge people. But I think we need to break apart some of these guys first. We still gotta get the achievement. So we gotta improve relations with France. And figure out a way. We're only poor. Once we get neutral, we can bankroll them as well, which is probably what we'll do. Just so we can run this achievement. And then we also have to remember to go anarchy at some point, which I don't think I want to do until Victoria dies. Victoria's so good. But does this guy also have the modifier? No, he doesn't. In fact, he's disliked because he's imperious. He's old. Look at him. He looks like an Edward. But yeah, so as long as Victoria's alive, I think we stay on Monarchy. As soon as Victoria dies, we're out of here. Especially with this guy. Yikes. He only has Imperious. Like, we're not running too many decrees. I suppose the Radicals and Loyalists is kind of a nice modifier, but... Yeah, that is a nice modifier, but, like, I don't think it'll be enough. Unless he just has her absolute banger plus 50 popularity for no reason. I don't think it'll be enough. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Welcome to the Unmanifesting of the Destiny, and have a good one.